He loves McDonald's. And one of the guys with him said, yeah, we'll swing by. Before they get on the plane, they were going to go to McDonald's before they got on the plane. But he loves McDonald's. Some of the other presidents were like that too. Like I think Bush liked McDonald's. I think, I know Clinton liked McDonald's. When I was in high school, I was a junior in high school. Sophomore, junior. Anyway, it was fall. And I just remember, it was crazy with sports, all this stuff. And everyone was freaking out. All of my friends who worked part-time after school at McDonald's were freaking out. And this was McDonald's off of Jeffco Boulevard. Or off of, I think it was off of 141 in Arnold, Missouri. And that was because they had some dark-suited guys who came into McDonald's. And they were advancing because Clinton was coming into town. And Clinton always hits a McDonald's. And so 3 of my friends were like, we didn't go to work today. They told us not to come into work after school because, oh my gosh, and he was like coming in the next day. So they had to they went in, didn't advance, and they came back, and then they went and shut it down and all this stuff. And one of my friends actually got to work there. He was on fry duty when he came in. And we were too young, and I was raised in a Democrat town with Democrat families. So, you just know when you're a teenager and you got somebody famous coming in the McDonald's and you're in Arnold, Missouri, it's a big deal. Doesn't matter who it is. And they actually barked at my friend because my friend was like putting fries in the box and he was like, I almost dropped them all over the floor because I couldn't stop looking at everything. It was crazy. And do you know how weird it is to be super professional? He's like, my thing was I got to put fries on the tray. And it was like, he's like, that's the best fry putting on the tray that I'm ever going to do in my life. I'm putting fries on the tray. It's just so funny. Anyway, back to my story though. So Trump he's got Wendy's, he's got McDonald's, it's a charcuterie of Mickey D's, it's in between the beautiful gold candelabras. And on the silver trays, expertly assorted. And everyone comes in, he gets a picture with all of them. All Clemson Tigers in there. So he's in the McDonald's. Go ahead and play this. He goes up to the McDonald's in East Palestine. He's getting ready to order for all the fire department, everybody. The police, the fire department, I guess everybody else in the restaurant. I guess the owner of that franchise was in there with him too. This was funny. Listen to this.
Enjoy your meal, and we're going to get the meals for the fire department. Okay? Hello, everybody. What's your specialty today?
How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody. That's a nice, beautiful looking group of people. So I know this menu better than you do, okay? I probably know it better than anybody in here. We're going to take care of the fire department.
Okay.
We're going to take care of the police department. And what we do is all the people that are right
I'm
now.
the owner, Mr. President.
So
How are you?
I don't have to give him.
That's right.
That's a good one to own, right?
Yes, it is. One of the best.
So we're going to take care of your fire police. We'll take care of that. Plus the people that are in here, they're going to get a nice free meal. All right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Nice.
You can tell whenever he's been in Florida because he doesn't wear the tie. When he's in New York, he would wear the tie. When he's in Florida, he doesn't wear the tie. Yeah. It's like, that's the difference between casual and business with him, is the tie. That's it. Everything else is the same. It's just tie or no tie, business or casual. Now, Lorraine has been keeping us updated. As you know, she moderates the chat that happens over on YouTube and is a contributor, chapter and verse, of the ongoing NTSB. They're on the ground, everything in East Palestine. They have they came out with a preliminary report. Now, what they're saying is that it was the hot axle and the plastic pellets that started the fire. So they had, I guess it was what? It's happened with 2 engines at the front, the third engine at car 110. Car 23 held plastic pellets. So it was the hot axle, the broken axle, and the plastic pellets that started the fire. Now, when the critical temperature is at 200, when it passed the sensor, a second sensor, it was still in the 100s. But when it passed sensor 3, that's when the temperature had elevated to over 250 degrees, and the crew started slowing the train. They said the crew responded immediately, but the axle broke. And then when the axle broke, the axle's overheating. When it breaks, the bearing fails, the car derailed. And so they say the crew is not to blame. NTSB had no role in the controlled burn. They did have some guidance. And they said some of the tankers that derailed had cooking oil and they're inspecting everything, the wheel, the bearing, and all this other stuff. But the thing is that, you know, when Buttigieg was talking about, the regulation that he had to do with brakes, and it also had to do with oil and gas. It didn't have to do with that, because it's a whole other set of regulations when you're dealing with, you know, vinyl chloride. That's a whole other set of issues with that. But it was the axle that was what started this, and the regulations have nothing to do with that. So I don't. That's you could media is going to allow them to get away with this, but you can't.